Right, we're at a petrol station working on a Hubbard scroller unit. He's tripped the breaker out overnight, and petrol stations are wired different to a lot of normal businesses, or got a lot of their own regulations specific to petrol stations into how things are wired. Well, I think the things are run off an individual breaker, which is also an RCD. This is just as soon as you turn it on, it don't even turn. The fan motors just sort of jump a tiny bit, and the blade will move a fraction of a turn. So I've just tested this with a multimeter and got a short on the terminals here. But just to confirm, we're going to go with the Mega. That is showing a dead short. Try this. This meter holds the reading until you press the button again, so it can be handy if you can't see where you I'm not sure how good a connection. I haven't got a connection on that. I'm on the brass thread and not the tab. Let's try again. It's a dead short. It's on that terminal there, so we've tested all of them shorted out. We've got an earth off the copper pipework. It's always a good earth because the compressor's connected through mechanics, either bolted on or brazed. So it's time for a new compressor by the look of it, and this is a ZB38 KCE TFD 551, 3-phase 404A, rotor lock valves, with a sight glass and an oil fill port. So we've confirmed it's not the cable which shorted out. That's always a worry. It could have run through somewhere up here or anywhere. Just checked our standing pressure. It's about 10 bar, which is 20 degrees C, which is probably about right for the ambient. It was a bit lower on the suction side, but I'm assuming that is because the expansion valve isn't opened enough to let pressure through. Because usually they're like 10 degrees C maximum evaporating temperature, and it would have been cooler overnight anyway. So we don't think we've got a catastrophic leak that's killed it. So we don't seem to have a lot of oil in there at the moment. So it might have seized up and burnt out, we don't know. So we'll just check that. So if it was completely flat, we'd need to find a leak first before we started putting a compressor on there, only to find the rest of the system wasn't worth repairing. That's why we've checked the pressure. Today we've got this set up with recovery and shut valves. We've got the recovery machine connected up by the gauges, and we're taking the gas out of the compressor body and dumping it into the receiver connection. This little valve here's got a Schrader coil under the cap, so we're about to use our little tap. Got the new compressor in there. That's how I do these valves up. I've got one of these old monkey wrench style spanners, and I put it on there sideways. I've luckily got I think this is 36mm. Yeah, 36, which I found cheap on eBay. Does that one. And I also got a 32mm one cheap, again on eBay. That was new old stock. It fits on the 30mm carver. It fits on there. Oh, I've got a smaller old style one that I'll use on there like that to stop the valve twisting as you're doing them up. Right, we've got a new contactor in there. The old one looks okay, but you always want to put a new contactor in when you've changed your compressor. And then we've got to pump it down and change the dryer. Running for about 10-15 minutes, it's run okay. We had a bit of sweating when it first fired up, but it sort of settled down after a bit. I think all the liquid had migrated into the evaporator. Anyway, and we've pumped it down again, so we can change that. That's a new dryer. I got a bit melted there. We was having a job getting the torch in there. There you go. What can you do? So we'll wait for a good vacuum and then we'll run it up again. Right, I've been watching this run probably for 20 minutes. It's just shut off. It's up down and shut off. I think it actually runs 2 cases. There we go. Just kicked in. It's got cut in probably around 45 psi. Cases, so they both need to be set aside before the compressor will turn off. Sounds like we've got a bearing going in that fan as well, it's a bit of a squeak. We've checked into this timer here. I think it's an anti-cycle timer. When the compressor goes off, it's energised through this relay, which also brings power to the crankcase heater. Once this is powered, this should be counting down maybe a couple of minutes before it switches over, and that orange light there should come on to let it put power out to the control circuit to check to see if the LP switch wants it to run. So basically, once it's turned off, this shouldn't let it restart for a set amount of time. We've got it set on about 3 minutes, so I might turn that up a bit now once we've checked it, but it was set on 0.05 of a second or something, so it was pretty instantaneous. As soon as it turned off, it could come back on again. Where it's got 2 cases on there, it does seem to cycle quite rapidly, every few minutes, which is never good for these compressors, especially when there's about 5 horsepower. So we might set that, I don't know, I mean, ideally it's probably 10 starts an hour, but if we were to set it for 3 minutes, it's going to run for probably 3 minutes to bring the case down and then turn off. But we'll see how it goes.